Welcome again to Reflections on the Community and its Cultures. This time around, information about a community patriotic event and a medical emergency alert program. Later, organizers David Ward and Steve Aemisegger will talk about an event called a Patriot Day Jamboree coming up in the community. First up, Lions Club officer Charlotte Kaflish will talk about a way to call attention to medical needs in terms of auto accident situations. It'll all work out, and you'll find out more about it on Reflections. Reflections continues now as we welcome a couple of folks to talk about a very interesting event coming up in our community. Steve Aemisegger, I got that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
And David Ward are here to talk to us about a Patriot Day activity coming up in our community. And who's the big boss in charge of this? Oh, he looks at you. Aha, okay, well, now we know.
About a year and a half ago or so, David and some of those guys come together and wanted to know what they could do for help patriotism and independence. And he kicked around some ideas, and he had a crew, went out and hustled up some door prizes and stuff, and next thing you know, we've got a little poker run going and a feed, and he approached both the VFW and American Legion units, and the VFW and Legion, we sat down together and talked about how we wanted to help do it, and found a sponsor to send some money to, and pulled it off. We're going to try to do it a second year in a row. Okay.
I see by your outfit that you're involved in one of those outfits,
right?
I'm
the adjutant finance officer of the local post here in town.
Okay.
Post 139.
All right, very good. And David Ward, what is your, you aren't wearing a badge here. I guess you play polo, I can tell by the shirt.
No. I'm the organizer, and I work with local bands and the music scene around here, so that's an integral part, I think, of having this event is entertainment plus the food, and so.
Okay, so this is coming up when?
September 10th.
All right, and what day of the week is that?
That'd be a Saturday.
That's a Saturday. That's a good day to have an event. All right, and where is it going to be taking place?
At the Civic Center here in town.
Okay, and again, we'll just kind of run through the whole thing here, and then we'll come back and make one of you run through it again. Oh, he's got a poster here to remind you.
Yeah, remind me what we're doing.
Okay, gets underway around 3, so carry on from there.
We're going to start the day off with a little poker run. And last year we were fortunate enough to be.
Lots of people come on this program, and they come in with initials of various kinds of organizations, or just terminology. Okay. Poker run. Poker run. Okay. Everybody knows what poker is. Everybody knows what running is. Okay. But it ain't exactly the combination of the two. You don't have to play cards and run, right?
Right. No,
okay.
Exactly.
What's a poker run?
Okay. Well, the poker run set up where it's usually for some needy cause or something worthy we want to raise a little money for. And so motorcycles will all get the group together, and
motorcycles is the key.
Motorcycles, American Legion riders. Well, we get all SEK riders out of Coffeyville, and A Bates real involved in having poker runs, and it's just a cheap way, fun way to get a lot of bikes riding together and make 5 stops, pick up a card, go to the next stop, and pick up another card. And
that's where the poker thing comes in.
That's where the poker hand comes in.
I see. I get it now. Yeah. I've wondered frequently about, I've heard about poker runs, and I've never realized how they tie them together. Like I say, I know it didn't involve literally a poker or a running, but that's
exactly,
okay.
And you can 4-wheels are more than welcome. I mean, 4-wheels, we have people following cars and trucks, and just come along and draw their hands also. And
okay, for this kind of thing, again, sort of kicking off your Patriot Day activity, I would assume it would be a good idea to make contact in advance.
Well, we're organizing about probably 11 o'clock that morning.
Okay.
American Legion, we've got a new facility now, and we're going to try to get our state officers here and dedicate the building before the activities start that day. And last year we were fortunate enough that during the course of the poker run in town areas, we were fortunate enough to be tied in with the 10-11th. They had dedicated the Soldiers Cross last year, and that fell in place real good with patriotism part of the day, and it really made the whole day just seem like we were achieving our goal. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, talk just a little bit about, you mentioned your new digs.
Our new Well, we've been renting for several years, and we've finally saved up enough money and purchased a I call it the Harlan Glass Company down south of the overpass. It's always
Right, just south of the overpass
Yeah.
on the west side of Independence. And again, the building has been there for a long time, as you mentioned, you know, as a business, and then it's been a few other things, and now it's your thing.
Yeah, now it's the American Legion Post home. We went in and renovated the inside of it, and we've still got a lot of work to do, but we're in there anyway right now.
All right, very good. Let's talk a little bit about the history of this thing, David Ward, the Patriot Day activity itself. Fairly recent innovation, right?
Yeah, we started this last year, and it happened to actually fall on September 11th last year, was a Saturday, so it worked out real good. When I started, I was looking for a day around Veterans Day or something like that fell on the weekend where we could have a community event. Of course, this year, you know, September 11th is going to fall on a Sunday, and it's a lot harder to do these kind of things, so we just moved the day up.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be involved in that. I mean, that's one thing. There are lots of things going on in connection with September 11th, and it's not bad to just step back one day from that.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, as long as we keep it somewhere close and keep the spirit of it, I think, you know.
And again, it just got started last year, and kind of how did that happen, I guess, is the question. And either one of you can jump in on this. You know,
Like I said, the young guys just kind of got an idea, and they ran with it.
Yeah.
Did you say he finally got an idea?
Well, no, I didn't say that. Well, our son was involved, and Jamie DeVito, he had a real good crew. They just all got their heads together one time, and like I said, they come to the veterans organizations, the Legion and the VFW, and asked if we'd be interested in helping pull it off. And we started donating some money and buying a hog and buying some briskets, and decided we'd do some cooking. And next thing you know, we're putting it together, and it's something that we sent our money to the Wounded Warrior program last year, and it wasn't a local deal, and we weren't I personally wasn't real happy with the response we got back from the donation we made. I'm not even sure we got a thank you letter.
Oh, well.
You know, one of those kind of deals. So Dave came up with the idea, well, we've got a local guy out of Chanute that's got ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and so we thought we'd try to keep it on a local basis this year, and so I think we'll pull more of the Chanute crowd down to help. I mean, it'll be more of an area deal this year instead of just an Independence deal, I think. So it's a good deal. The guys they did a real great job last year collecting door prizes and contributions, and it just shows what this community can really do when they get out and put their mind to doing something. David, the guys that age just amazed all of us last year. They did real well.
Good stuff.
We're real glad to be with them again this year.
David, you mentioned involvement in music.
Yes.
Your involvement in music. Sound engineer, it says, and
I run sound for local bands. I do promotions. Obviously, I do organizations of events, and you know.
Do you represent any good musicians? I mean, are there?
You know, I've worked with several great musicians around the area over the last couple of years.
And are any of them going to be taking part in this? I mean,
yeah,
by accident?
We've got some really good lineup of music this year. We got Michelle Knopick. She's a young singer-songwriter that's coming up in the community and writes her own music and plays some covers. We got Plush, which I'm sure everybody has heard of, Fuzzy and Terry Barber in the community. We've got a little jazz trio band that they're going to play.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a Salty Dog, which is kind of rock and roll blues band based out of Chanute that are going to come down. And then we got Larry Kurt from Neo Deshay, and some of his guys are going to come down and finish out the night for us.
And that'll kick in when? I mean,
tentatively about 4:15 or so. We're going to have the
get an early start on the guys.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, when you get into music, like I say, you're running till about 11, so a lot of those guys don't even start till 11.
Right.
So this is great. And again, you kind of organize that. I mean, kind of put together.
Right. I've worked with a lot of these different musicians in the area, and so it makes it a lot easier if you know the people to get them to come and help.
Okay. And Steve, you mentioned the poker run as one event. I'm just kind of looking here at some of the notes you left, and where did I leave off? Okay, live auction.
Well, the door prizes, auctions, and stuff that the guys go around to us. And the ladies also are doing the bake. They're doing a bake sale again this year too. I don't think we're going to do a bake sale. We're not going to do a bake sale this year, but the ladies, auxiliaries, both the VFW and Legion auxiliary ladies helped out a lot in the kitchen last year. We hope they'll help out this year, and we've got a little crowd control going on. The Sons of American Legion have volunteered to come out and pace the Civic Center, be sure we don't have any underage kids, and take care of that responsibility. So we're trying trying to make it a whole family group. You know, the VFW and the Legion, we work together well on a lot of and the auxiliaries are working well together with all of us, and we're just trying to put it all together, make it go.
Okay, and you're going to feed us, right?
Go feed you.
Okay.
You're going to have some great food.
What kind of good food? I mean,
you'll have some smoked hog and smoked briskets and all the trimmings, all the baked beans and potato salad, coleslaw.
And
I'm sure
when
the ladies make pies and stuff too.
Ladies auxiliary for the Eagles and the other is going to, make desserts, bring those over.
is this a real area focused?
I'm working on trying to make this an area event, to draw from all the towns around here and.
And if you're going to feed us and entertain us and do all sorts of stuff like that, it can't be completely free, right?
No. Can't be completely free.
Okay.
Right.
But pretty darn close.
Well, the donations are appreciated.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. We're doing a fundraiser for Richie Kearns out of Chanute, and it's basically a fundraiser. Last year we sent almost $5,000 to the.
Really?
We raised right at $5,000. We sent off to the Wounded Warrior program, and like I said, that was a deal. It was far away. It was a national deal.
Right.
Our $5,000 was a drop in the bucket to them, but if we could raise that much money for a local needy person, a veteran in need of help, we would think we would accomplish our mission very well.
Yeah, we mentioned before the cameras started rolling and stuff like that donation, at least $5 up front, right?
Yeah, we're asking for a $5 donation at the door. Food is, whatever you feel like, donating, but of course, if you want to give more, that's always
$5
great.
at the door and
We've
25
got the live auction and a stretch auction. So there's
what's a stretch auction?
How far can you reach for how many tickets you get?
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Jars in front of the items.
So us fat guys could buy a lot of stuff then.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
Yeah, long arm guys are pretty good. I mean, you can get a lot of tickets for your money on that deal.
Okay, it's a Patriot Day Jamboree. It takes place at the Independence Civic Center, September 10, Saturday. And it sort of starts happening at around 3 o'clock and continues happening until around 11 o'clock. All kinds of stuff. Starts with however you want to start it. Food, lots of music, lots of special events, lots of stuff.
Lots of camaraderie.
Bring your own beverages with you. And
say what?
Bring your own beverages with you and come and have a good time with us.
Great stuff. Guys, we appreciate the information. Steve Aemisegger and David Ward putting this thing together for the second consecutive year and looking to make a couple $100,000, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Hey,
the more the merrier.
Might as well go for it. Guys,
all
thanks very much for the information and enjoy the conversation.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Reflections.